folks, and welcome back to another episode of Pinal Prep Spotlight, brought to you by 911 Air Repair, your local air conditioning expert specializing in maintenance, repair, and new installations. You guys can't see it, but we can see it, and we are in our new studio. We are super excited. We got new stools. We can spin around. I'm going to try not to spin around a lot while I'm talking, but I make no promises of that not happening. But anyways, jumping into our episode today, we are already looking up ahead into the postseason. Unfortunately for us, we're kind of in limbo right now because as we record this, the play-in games haven't happened yet, but by the time this video comes out, the play-in games will have already happened. So, going off of that, unfortunately, we don't have any teams that secured a top 8 seed, so our 11 teams playing between softball and baseball will all be competing on Wednesday. However, good news is winners will play on Saturday. This is for everybody except baseball in the 3A and 2A conferences. So just, David, looking at what we know right now, who are you kind of expecting to win on Wednesday and compete on Saturday? And are there any surprises for you when it comes to these brackets?
Yeah, I have a few teams that I'm keeping my eye on. Two are for sure, like these teams I fully believe that are going to win, but then one is kind of I really hope they do, and they're one of the teams that are not going to be playing on Saturday. They're going to have that big break. So I'll start with them as kind of my wish for them. It's going to be Santa Cruz baseball. They've been really solid throughout their whole year, and they've kind of had this team. This has been brewing for a very long time. This team is finally starting to come into their own through year in and year out. They've slowly been better and better, and there's finally, it seems like they're really hitting their stride at this point in this season. They still have a pretty young roster around them. For them, it's going to come down to, can the bats show up, and is the pitching going to be able to hold down some of these offenses they're going to face? Daniel Contreras is the ace of this team. He's been solid for them all year, and since he's been with Santa Cruz, so I'm expecting him to kind of have that game that he needs to for them to go forward. So I'm really hoping they do it because it would be really cool to see them move past the play-in. They were close a couple years ago, but now could be the year they finally get it done. Now, the two teams that I think are going to be for sure out of the play-in are going to be on the other side of Santa Cruz. It's Santa Cruz softball. You know, this team has been really solid again for forever at this point. They've been really good. They continue to just show why they're kind of the standard bearer for a softball program in Pinal County. They have a really solid group that is kind of getting older now. They have aged a little bit. They have experience. It's going to come down to, can they get past this round one? This is the first test. But then the real test happens after this round is can they get it done in the playoffs when they face these tougher teams? Because we know they have struggled in the actual playoffs itself when it comes to facing tougher teams because they don't really see a lot of strong teams with their region schedule and throughout the regular season. So it's going to come down to, can they get past this first point, and then can the true test really start? And then my next team is going to be Post and Butte softball. I got a chance to see this team for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and they are just a really solid core group. They have really good pieces around them, both young and old. There's a good mix there. They are very well coached by Coach Westover over there. He has been with them for a very long time. He puts a lot of confidence in this team, and his core philosophy is really about the fundamentals of this team. They want to be able to kind of, focus on the fundamentals, not really, go for homers or strikeouts. They want to do everything the right way, and I really like how they approach that essence. So I think that's going to help them a lot in this play-in round and then eventually in the playoffs. So I like those three teams right now. I'm expecting them to kind of do well and move forward, but we're just going to have to wait and see because there are a lot of teams playing on Wednesday, and we're going to have to see who comes out on top.
So David took two of my shoo-ins in Santa Cruz softball and Post and Butte softball. I feel like both of these two are shoo-ins to win on Wednesday. But another team that I also have high expectations for is Casa Grande Union softball. Now this CG Union softball team, like I've mentioned all season long, they're very young. But despite being young, I feel like, age is kind of a virtue here. You're young, you don't really know what to expect. You don't have a lot of that pressure on you of, hey, we did this the previous seasons. This is where we were let down. You're coming in with a fresh, clean slate. And unfortunately for CG Union, they are playing at home, which for some people would think, hey, home field advantage, that's a good thing. However, for CG Union, that's not the case. Last week, gotta make sure I get my timeline here right. Last week I was talking with their head coach, and Desiree Gill said that unfortunately, whenever they're playing at home, the girls aren't swinging for the fences. All of their home runs have come at away games. So when it comes to CG Union playing at home, they kind of readjust their game plan, and sometimes that might fully benefit them. But in this case, they are going up against Number 24, Flowing Wells. I mean, hey, this is a good starter for these freshmen coming in, getting a taste of that postseason, and then hopefully seeing what they can do in the next round. And then, like David, I kind of have a dark horse here in Vista Grande baseball. Now, Vista Grande is moving up. They were in 4A the past couple of seasons, kind of a staple in our postseason. Now they're moving. Now they're in 5A. They're back in it. They are number. Let me see here. Number 19, they will be at number 14, Chaparral, on Wednesday. Should they win this, it's kind of a toss-up, though, because while they have the pitching, they have the hitting and everything, it's just a matter of can everything come together in a timely manner and during clutch situations. We've seen it throughout the season. They have their good games, and then like the very next game, they're a completely different team from what they showed the first time. So it's just a matter of which Vista Grande team shows up, and hey, if they win Wednesday, I see them finding their footing and making that deep postseason run. David, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, there's one more team I want to mention that I think that they can't go unnoticed. It's Apache Junction Baseball. They kind of surprised a lot of people, I think, this year. They haven't made the playoffs since 2016. They have a really good group that is very senior-driven, or just some younger guys on this team. I really like what they do. I got a chance to see them play Combs. They are a very well-rounded baseball team, and it kind of starts on the mound with Dylan Hunsaker. He's a really good lefty pitcher who has a lot of life on his fastball and can mix that off with his off-speed pitches. So he's got his 4 days of rest now. He'll be probably pitching for them in this play-in game on Wednesday. So I expect some good games out of them, and I hope they can do it, because I think that's a really good bright point for this program that has not had a lot of bright spots in recent years. So a lot of teams this year for our Pinal County teams. We'll see who comes out on top, and we'll keep you posted as we move forward.
As always, check out Pinal Central, and hey, if anything happens, we'll be out there Saturday. It's just us two, but we'll try to make it to as many games as we can, as long as you guys keep winning.